Very good morning, children. Today we are going to learn about last type of the plant tissue called vascular tissue. This vascular tissue also known as transport tissue, as it transport the food materials and water and minerals. So if you see the definition, some of the cells grouped together to perform same function, that is transport. So we call it as transport tissue. So if you see the location of the vascular tissue or a transport tissue, it is just between the meristematic tissue and ground tissue. I'll show you the picture now to locate the transport tissue. See here, it is the transport tissue and the dicot stem it is. So if you go for the transverse section of the dicot stem, we'll see the four types of tissues arrangement, like outer dermal, second one meristematic tissue which gives rapid division and develops growth and development, and third portion is occupied by the vascular tissue. After that we'll see the ground tissue. So here, just behind or below the ground tissue, just above the meristematic tissue, there is a location of the vascular tissue. So if you see the vascular tissue, so it looks like this. So first, red color portion we say xylem, and thick color portion we say phloem. These two together called vascular bundle or vascular tissue. And then if you see the types of the vascular tissue, there are mainly two types, xylem and phloem. So here xylem is responsible for transportation of materials away from the roots. For example, when you water the plant, immediately roots will absorb the water and minerals from the soil in the form of soil solution. From roots they go to stem, from stem they go to leaves and different parts of the plant. Here, without xylem there is no transportation of the water and minerals. So this xylem, not only it is useful for transportation, but also it gives mechanical support, because most of the xylem cells are made up of dead tissues. So it contains four types of the cells or components: tracheids, tubular vessels, fibers and parenchyma. Tracheids are very elongated in structure, means they are very long complex structures. And here tracheids and tubular vessels, they are in the form of tubules, so that they can they are playing major role in transport the water and minerals. Here xylem fibers, they give support to the plant body. Xylem parenchyma is the only living tissue which performs photosynthesis and which stores the food material. Remaining all are made up of dead cells, that's why they are giving mechanical support to the plant. And next, in these four components, conducting vessels are tracheids and vessels. They are useful for transportation because of their tubular structures. Here all xylem cells will have the thick cell wall, and many of the xylem cells are very dead. Xylem parenchyma only, it stores the food material. Because of its living nature, xylem fibers, they give support. Here xylem and phloem together called complex tissues. Why we are calling it complex tissue? Because xylem possesses different kinds of the cells to perform the different functions. Xylem is only one kind of tissue, but it possesses different kinds of the cells. And also, so when you water the plant, immediately it reaches to the plant body, entire plant body, because of the xylem only. For example, eucalyptus 200 feet it is, redwood trees 330 feet. Even though for these, roots absorb the water from the soil and send it to entire plant, it is possible only by the xylem tissue. It is helpful for the transport of the water and minerals. To know whether xylem is participating in transportation or not, we have a small activity. That is what we are going to explain now. So take a small glass, fill it with water and add red ink. Add some red ink. So in that red color water, you put any amaranthus plant or any small plant which have the roots. After some time, if you observe the leaf structure, we will see the red color lines appear on the veins. These red color means red color water is absorbed by the root. From root it came to stem, from stem to leaves, that too it is appeared in the veins. This is all because of the xylem, presence of the xylem. And here there is one small diagram which shows that xylem transport the water and minerals. So this is the enlarged view and open end of the stem. So if you see this red color dots, it resembles the xylem. And next one, phloem. If you see the phloem is another type of complex tissue which transports the food materials. So it transports the food material in both ways, from upward to downward and downward to upward, because phloem is transporting food materials. This food is prepared by the green parts of the plant. It may be a leaf, it may be a younger stem, it may be a green colored portion of any part of the plant. If you see the phloem, there are 5 cells: sieve tubes, sieve cells or tubular cells, companion cells, phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. Phloem parenchyma. So here sieve tubes, sieve cells, companion cells, phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. Except phloem fibers, all are living cells only. Phloem fibers give support as they are made up of dead cells. So in phloem, materials can move both sides, I said no, from photosynthetic part to lower parts, from stem to upper parts. So here there is one experiment which explains the importance of phloem to transport the food. So the scientists have been conducted with aphid insects. Aphids are the smaller insects which feed on the plant juice. So when it is feeding or sucking the plant juice, they capture the aphid and they cut the proboscis. Proboscis is the longest part in the aphid body, which is used to insert into the stem of the plant or tree to suck the juices. So this proboscis is useful for sucking the juices, plant juices. So they cut this proboscis and they observed whatever the content present inside the plant are same present in the cutting of the proboscis. Means these aphids are eating the plant juice. Here phloem is useful to transport the food material. No, this phloem is responsible for the providing food for different small insects. Okay, so now I'll show you some of the pics related to this xylem and phloem. See here, it is xylem. After the xylem, phloem will be present. Okay, and next xylem, these cells are elongated tracheids. Elongated tracheids. They have perforated. Phloem companion cells have perforated structures through which food can be transported. It is xylem vessel, xylem trachea, xylem fiber. Here also sieve tubes and companion cells. Next one, same picture I'll show you which is related to our topic. See here, xylem trachea, vessel, xylem parenchyma. Xylem parenchyma is the only living tissue in xylem cells. Next, section of phloem, sieve plate, sieve tube, phloem parenchyma, companion cells. Here they didn't show the phloem fibers. These phloem fibers are dead cells, remaining all living cells only. Okay, and then one more picture I want to show you. So here one more picture I want to show you, children. Just you will have a glance. See here. See, xylem vessels. This is cambium or vascular bundle where you can see xylem. This is xylem, complex structure. Between that smaller cells are there na, it is phloem. This is xylem and connected with the root hair where it is present root hair cells. These are this blue color indication, and this root hair is a part of root in the plant. When you water or when root hair cells absorb the water, it reaches to root and to stem to different parts of the plant. So up to here I am stopping, children. So this is all about xylem and phloem. You please watch it carefully. When you watch it, you please give me one like and share. You try to subscribe my channel as it is very useful even for competitive exams. Thank you.